So what's it been like meeting your sponsors over the last couple of days?
Well, it's fantastic. I just, I don't know. So after I learned English in the project, when I was 12 or 13 years old, I got to volunteer with Compassion, and when sponsors came to meet their children in Brazil, I would help them, like being a translator. And so I got to meet like hundreds of different sponsors, but I never got to meet mine, and I wouldn't imagine that I would get to meet them someday, and like in this special way of coming here and having this opportunity. So it's been pretty amazing, yeah.
How long has it been planned for, the trip? How long have you been waiting?
I think that like since I found out that in the college I could get a scholarship to come and do volunteer work in Europe, I just since that day I knew I should try to come to England and come and say hi. And so I don't know, maybe since January this year, but so I've been working on getting ready to come to Europe because I've been in France to study for a month, and then I went to Italy to do volunteer work. So I was getting ready for that, and also communicating with Compassion, the UK office in the office in the UK, and they've been very helpful, and they organized all the meeting, and it's been great so far.
So what do Joe and Ken mean to you and your life?
I don't know. I think I've been very blessed, like in all my life. Like so far, I'm 19 and I've been to 5 countries, and I've learned so much, and I've met so many awesome people, and I've been to so many places, and I've had so many experiences so far, and I feel like none of this would have happened if they had never um, chose to help me to bless me with their sponsorship. So I don't know. I think all the awesome things that happened so far, all the things that I'm really glad that I experienced, I think none of that would have come true if they were a part of my life. So I think they are very important for me. Like they were, I don't know, maybe the first people back there that believed me. And I don't know, without them, I just, I don't know, I wouldn't have met all the other people that are also important for me in the future.
And has it been fun having Attila here? How long have you been
Oh,
waiting
it's
to?
wonderful. Never expected it to
Yeah.
materialise. I really didn't think it would ever happen.
What
It's
kind
just been amazing.
What kind of things have you been getting up to then while he's been here?
Well, because over the years we've exchanged letters, and I've told him about life here and where I was brought up, and my brother was farming, and nephews, and the children, and the village, and the church, and so I guess he's had some photographs of the family and photographs of the house. It's just great for him to actually see it in reality. So now when he thinks of us, and if we keep in contact, he's got the real pictures in his mind. He knows exactly where we are, what we're doing, and who we're talking about when we talk about the family. He's just always obviously been part of our lives because there's been that strong link over the years, and you just now feel it's like cemented. It's just been amazing to be part of this wonderful young man's life. It's just goes to show what so little can do so much. And so many of these kiddies, all they need is just someone to give them a lift up onto those first 2 stairs, those first 2 steps, and then the stairway is way ahead of them, and they can do so much with so little input from outsiders, really. They realise their potential, which they probably would never have had a chance to realise. And he's a brilliant young man. He's got so much talent. Just so incredibly proud of him. I just couldn't wish for a better outcome. Just really, really very proud.
So when you were sponsored at the age of 4 in the project, what were your kind of expectations of, being a Compassion sponsored child? Did you ever think, one day you might be able to actually meet your sponsors?
I don't know. I felt I knew that well, when I was a kid, I wasn't exactly sure what being a sponsor type would mean, but I knew that it was always exciting for me to like tell my friends like back at home that I had friends in England and I could talk to people in England, and that was really cool. Like even from the first letters when I didn't write them, like the mentor in the project would write them for me because I hadn't learned how to write yet, and it was always, I don't know, it was always a good feeling of knowing that people from the other side of the world would be getting my letters and like reading about what I had done that day and that kind of thing. So that was always a good feeling. But I don't know. I think I kind of didn't know. I didn't think about ever meeting them.
Yeah. And so, what were your kind of expectations when you decided to sponsor a little 4-year-old boy from Brazil?
Well, we just hope that in some small way, our little bit that we gave every month would improve his life. We didn't expect him to do such great things as he's done, but we've just watched him grow from 4 years when we just used to get pictures that he drew for us, and then the translator would write a little piece about how he was getting on, and just to watch him grow, to be able to then obviously say in his own words what he wanted to say in the letters and then write them himself, and he's just grown as an individual. We've just felt so much part of that, his highs and his lows, and when he went through a phase of, he was saying, remembered losing his kitten, and he was devastated. The letter he wrote, he was absolutely devastated when his kitten died. Yes, and then when he was a teenager and he had this passion for this pop group Evanescence, and he used to write to us about that, and you know, as his life moved on through various stages, we felt from afar we were part of it, and just kept encouraging him, just kept telling him that he could do well and he was doing well, and how proud we were of him and what great things he could probably do with his life. And well, he's come through.
16
Big
years
time.
is a long time as well, isn't it? It's quite fantastic.
Yes. But once he was out of the programme, well, obviously our last letters to each other were very special. And I thought, well, once he's got a scholarship to America, the world's his oyster, he'll be gone, we may not ever know. Although I had said in my last letter, we will always live in this house, we will never leave this house, so this will always be our address, and wherever he is in the world and whatever he's doing, we will always be here. So if he would like to keep in contact, then that would be great for us. But you know, young men, their lives move on, and never really expected that he would still find time to still think of us and want to meet us. So it's beyond our wildest dreams, really, isn't it, that he's here. Yeah, it's been so special, and we were both very surprised that his English was so good. His letters were wonderfully written, and the grammar was superb and beautifully written. But it was, and so I suppose we should have known, but it was still a surprise that his English is just so spot on. And other languages as well, of course. Yeah.
I think having sponsors in England, like I think that was the first motivation I had to learn English someday. So I don't know. I think that even though I kind of felt like I wouldn't get a chance to meet them, I hoped for it. So I should just get ready for the day. I don't know. So I don't know. That was one of the reasons why I decided to learn different languages. And yeah, that's something I found out in the project too. Like thanks to the project, and there are so many other things in my life that I can say, that happened because of the project, but I think I found out that I liked languages, and I liked talking to people in different languages. I think I found out that in the project, and well, it was through the project that I learned English, and it was through the project that I learned how to use computers, how to do so many things that helped me like in the future. So yeah.
How important were Joe and Ken's letters to you when you were growing up?
Well, that was very important. I keep them all still. They're all at home now in Brazil. I didn't bring them with me to the States, but I've been keeping all of them like since I was 4 years old. And as I said, I was proud of that. I would brag to all my my friends in school. Like I have friends in a different country and all, and I don't know. It just meant so much, you know, to know that people care for me, and we had never seen each other, and we were so different. Like we had lives of our lives were so different, and that's actually something I asked them. Like, how is it growing up here? Because I know that it was definitely different from my growing up. So, but still, they care for asking how I was, and they care for my kitty that died, and all, and that was very precious, like all the time.
And we've kept obviously all his letters from his drawings right through to his letters, and there's a folder of them. So he was reading through them yesterday, and it was like a fast forwarding a snapshot of his life, and all the photographs that Compassion sent, because they send us a photograph every year. And so the photographs from when he was 4 right up until his last one, I think he'd forgotten what he looked like. So it was quite an experience to be able to read through all those letters, and he himself could see how his English and his language and had improved, and how he was telling us what he was doing, and when he got his job in the bank, and when he was at the Bible classes, and you know, and all the Compassion we're doing for him. So yeah, it's been a real revelation to see how much has been done with so little, really. I know we provide a small amount of money, but Compassion put in an awful lot more to all the projects that he was involved with. Our money only went a little way, so Compassion constantly needs more and more money so that they can follow through and help these children into further education and greater things. You can't just expect it to stop at 18 and then there's nothing. There has to be something that they can move on to. And that's what Compassion seemed to do, especially the fact that he wanted to come and visit us, and Compassion really have just been amazing, making sure that they were able to facilitate the meeting. So yes, it's been really, really good, real experience.
So what do you think of what's going to happen in the future then? Are you going to try and stay in touch and maybe meet up more often? Try again?
Oh yeah, definitely. I have the address now and email
now
address.
We've got emails, of course, that makes life easier. Yes. So,
yeah. Well, something cool about my sponsors is I found out that they're adventurers. Like they like traveling, and that's very cool because I like traveling too. So maybe we'll meet up here someday again, or maybe in some other part of the world. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
The link's made now, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah,
I suppose someone would say that the tie is even stronger now because we've actually met. It's something tangible now, whereas before it was letters and thoughts and ideas and feelings passing backwards and forwards, but now it's a tangible relationship now. So
what was it like when you saw Tim and Attila approaching the house yesterday?
Front door, yeah.
Terrible butterflies. we were both so nervous. We went to bed the night before and thought, oh God.
We were trying to practice
so
Portuguese. Hola.
We say hola.
That's it.
And yes, as the time drew on, when Tim thought he was going to be here at about 9:30. Oh gosh, what's it going to be like? What's it going to be like meeting him? I'm going to be so emotional. And
it's not guaranteed. Anything's guaranteed. I mean, you've got commercial not like this here. What have you done there?
But we were pretty sure it would be okay. Yeah, because it felt we knew you fairly well.
It had to be. It had to happen, I think.
I was nervous too, completely nervous. Like Tim was driving me up here, and then I saw the house from a distance because I had received a picture of the house with the cars parked in front of the house before, so I recognized it, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's real, like it's here. So I was really nervous and excited, and I don't know.